So it really feels like AI is just everywhere right now, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Every headline, every company update.
Yeah, exactly. But what does that actually mean, for the tech world, for careers? Are we really seeing a big shift in how these major companies are planning their futures?
Well, that's the core question, isn't it?
And that's our mission today in this deep dive. We wanted to dig into some recent analysis and, frankly, uncover what we think is a pretty surprising truth about where this AI talent gold rush is really heating up. And what we found, it might just change how you're thinking about the current landscape. Because, get this, Amazon is, well, kind of remarkably leading the AI hiring race. And on a scale that's honestly pretty significant.
It really is.
Just think about this specific number for a second. Amazon currently lists nearly 2,900 AI-related job openings. 2,900.
Yeah, and let that sink in because, to give that some context,
No.
if you add up the AI jobs listed at Meta, Google, and Microsoft combined, you're looking at around, 767 for Meta, maybe 746 for Google, 592 for Microsoft. Add those up.
Right, so roughly 2,000 combined, maybe a bit less.
Exactly. And Amazon's almost at 2,900, so they have more than, significantly more than those three major players put together.
Wow.
It's not just that they're in the race, they're really sprinting ahead in this specific hiring surge.
Okay, but here's where it gets, I think, really interesting, and maybe not what you'd expect. Because when you hear AI hiring spree from a huge tech company, you probably picture them hunting for, elite PhDs, right? The top researchers building the next big foundational model.
The sort of rock star scientist types.
Yeah, exactly. But when you actually look closely at these Amazon job listings, it's a different story emerging, isn't it?
It absolutely is. We looked at some analysis from Eric Cheng at JobRight. That's an AI-driven job platform tracking this stuff. And he points out that a huge chunk of these Amazon roles are what he calls practical AI roles.
Practical AI roles. Okay, what does that mean exactly?
So we're not just talking about, open-ended research in a lab somewhere. These jobs are focused on applied machine learning. Think automation, logistics, using established ML techniques to solve very real, very concrete business problems today, like optimizing how robots move around their fulfillment centers, or building better predictive models for inventory, or streamlining how AWS allocates resources using ML.
So less theoretical, more hands-on engineering and application.
Precisely. Cheng basically says these are roles built for the, quote, 80% of developers, not just that top 1% of pure AI researchers. It's real-world AI application, not necessarily blue sky thinking.
That's a really key distinction. Practical roles for the 80%. So it makes you wonder then, what's the driving force behind this specific kind of massive push at Amazon? Why these applied roles?
Well, if you sort of connect the dots, it looks like AI isn't just a separate team or a fancy feature for them anymore. It's becoming fundamental. It's flying under the skin of basically everything Amazon does.
Baked into the DNA, you might say?
Exactly. Baked into the DNA of the business. It's less about adding an AI layer on top and more about embedding AI thinking and tools at every single operational level. So by hiring and training for these practical roles, they're kind of democratizing AI capability across their huge infrastructure. It creates this compounding advantage, maybe, that pure research alone might not give them at their scale.
Right. It's about efficiency, optimization, making their massive operations run smarter.
Yes, across that immense footprint they have.
Now, okay, let's be fair. Meta, Google, Microsoft, they're obviously not sitting still. They're doing incredible things in AI too, pushing boundaries.
Absolutely, no question.
But Amazon's advantage here, at least in this hiring race, seems to be this sheer volume of practical application. But couldn't you argue that focusing so much on applying existing stuff might mean they miss out on the next truly big breakthrough AI innovation, the kind that might come from more fundamental research?
That's a really fair point. And it probably highlights a strategic difference, right? While, Google DeepMind or Meta AI might be chasing those potentially world-changing, headline-grabbing breakthroughs, Amazon seems to be leveraging its massive scale now. Its existing workforce, its vast infrastructure. They're casting a much wider net for AI talent, for roles that, frankly, you or I might actually qualify for.
Right, not just the PhDs from top labs.
Exactly. It's less about finding a few elite researchers for theoretical leaps, and more about scaling applied solutions across the whole company. It's about operationalizing AI everywhere. And for a company like Amazon, that kind of scaled practical innovation is, well, it's a different kind of powerful advantage.
Okay, so let's try and zoom out then. If we boil this down, what are the main takeaways from this deep dive? For you listening right now, what should you be thinking about?
Well, I think there are a few key things. First, for job seekers. If you've got solid skills in coding, machine learning, data analysis, automation, maybe you're not a pure AI researcher,
Right.
but you have those applied skills. Amazon might actually be your quickest way into a significant AI role right now, especially if you want to see immediate, tangible impact from your work.
Okay, good point. What else?
For the industry overall, this is just a massive signal that AI isn't some niche, futuristic lab project anymore. It's becoming a core business necessity.
Yeah.
It's about operations efficiency. It's table stakes now.
Right. It's not just nice to have.
Definitely not. And I guess for the rest of us just watching the tech world, this is definitely a space to keep an eye on. Because this hiring pattern at Amazon, it's actively reshaping where AI talent is going and how it's being used across the industry. It's applied innovation at a huge scale.
Yeah, it really underscores this idea that we're in an AI hiring gold rush. But maybe the company quietly leading it in terms of sheer numbers and practical integration is the one with the biggest operational frontier to apply it to.
Which brings up a really interesting final thought for you to chew on. If Amazon is quietly starting to dominate the practical application of AI, just through the sheer volume of hiring and integration, what does that mean for the future, for innovation, for career paths across the whole tech industry? Are we heading into a time where this kind of practical, scaled, embedded AI actually wins out over purely foundational research in terms of market impact?
That's a great question. Definitely something to reflect on how this sort of quiet, practical gold rush might influence your own career or just your understanding of where AI is really making its mark next.